And we're live.
Is it working?
It looks like we're good.
Yeah, it looks like we're working.
Some.
Hello.
So hello,
Hello.
everybody. There's a bunch of us here. We've got Daisy, our awesome social media manager. I'm Lynn. I'm one of the writers on the Arcana. I primarily worked on Julian and Portia Roots and the seasonal tales as well. And we have a number of artists from both the Arcana and from Last Legacy. If you all want to introduce yourselves.
Is my Photoshop having a seizure on anyone else's screen?
It looks fine to me.
Yeah, it looks good on my end as well.
Okay.
All right, so today we're going to be doing doodles while y'all donate, hopefully. I know some people are planning to do doodles for certain set donation amounts, and others are just drawing to have fun with us. Yeah, let us know what you all want. You got to donate to make requests, I will say that.
Yeah.
Should probably do introductions. But I'm Hika. I'm the background artist for Last Legacy. And I'm really excited to be here with all these other cool people from Nyx Hydra. It's really awesome that you set this up as well. And hope people enjoy and support. That'd be awesome.
I'm Gabriella. I'm one of the artists on the Arcana. And I love to draw little sulkies.
I'm Ciel. I'm the character artist for Last Legacy. I'm really excited to be here, and thanks everybody for showing up.
Oh, I don't know. Is Koi gonna?
Oh, Koi's mic is off.
Yeah.
Koi is also one of the artists on the Arcana.
Oh yeah, I think it is my Photoshop that's being weird. Hold on.
Yeah, I actually don't know that Super Chat is on, because where it normally is, I'm not saying anything.
Hang on, let me double check with.
Whoops, that's not what I wanted to click.
Sorry, we might have some technical issues with Super Chat. Let's take a look. Okay, if Super Chat isn't working, should we maybe do this the old-fashioned way? In other words, if y'all donate and to either of the charities that we're looking at today, and you take a screenshot, redact your personal info, obviously, then we'll use that as proof. Definitely donate directly if you can. There should be links to Red Canary song and the GoFundMe AAPI community fund in the video description.
Oh, does anyone have set prices for their requests? That's a question I'm seeing in chat.
Oh, I
Yeah.
usually, I mean, kind of.
I don't have set prices, but that will also dictate quality. So,
Yeah.
so you can donate $1 and I will give you $1's worth of drawing. Also, I think my Photoshop was kind of being funny, so I'm streaming from my screen instead of my window. So I'm not gonna check any of the other tabs, except maybe OBS. So someone has to tell me if the chat says.
Yeah, we will. Sorry, I'm trying to find if we can check if there's an issue with Super Chat.
Try to look up some solutions as well.
Yeah, I'm doing a quick technical Google. Oh, Gabby, is it your mic that's really quiet?
Probably. Yeah. Sorry, I'll try and speak up.
I think if until we get Super Chat working, if you guys want to @ the official Twitter account, that's probably the most efficient. But otherwise, we won't be able to check it in time. Sorry, guys. Well, in the meantime, does anybody have any questions they want to ask? That's not something we can't really comment on that this time. I'm sorry. So as far as favorite things about the work that we do, oh, sorry. Oh, my headset wants to die on me. It always picks the worst times. So if you guys want to ask plot-related questions about the Arcana, I guess this is kind of a little bit of an Ask Arcana, sort of, really informal. Obviously, I can't tell you anything spoilery, but I can maybe give some like behind the scenes stuff or some fun things. Oh, so the writing process for making visual novels, that's actually it's actually a lot of fun. It's probably my favorite thing about the work that we do is working with interactive narrative specifically. So whenever I'm writing, basically we start with a brainstorm. We have our kind of rough outline of the chapters that we do. And from there, we build it out into kind of what are the main beats of this story? What are the big choices that you're going to make? What's, the important things for characters to know, to get out there, the important things to do, etc. And then we just kind of draft it out. Each pass we do over it gets more and more detailed. We flesh out the important choices as well as adding some fun choices or, funny choices, things that are maybe less directly important to the plot, but help flesh out character and world. And we just keep going over and over until it's finished, pretty much. As far as the future of the Arcana goes, I know we're going to be releasing a survey pretty soon. So keep an eye out for that. You guys can definitely see kind of what we're thinking of and make suggestions of your own as well. Oh, fun facts about Muriel or Julian. I definitely think that when Julian gets really, really, really drunk, once he's finished buying drinks for everybody with money that he doesn't have and dancing on the tables, he's absolutely going to go through his really amazing repertoire of really bawdy theater jokes. Just so many theater jokes. If you guys have read Portia's latest chapters, in her reversed route, he quotes some Shakespeare, and Shakespeare was the king of bawdy theater jokes. So there's no Shakespeare directly in the Arcana universe, but there's definitely a Shakespeare equivalent. Asia, Kimberly, why does Muriel hate MC so much at first? Well, he doesn't hate them so much as he's kind of scared of them. If you know kind of the past of what happened to the main character in the Arcana, he was pretty scared by it. He finds it very unsettling. He doesn't hate you, he just is scared of you, as he is scared of many things. Omara Brody. So for the first three routes in the Arcana, we were kind of laying the railroad tracks down as we went. So we didn't actually have too much of an outline for it. We were kind of, everything was kind of very spur of the moment because we were sort of figuring it out kind of as we went. But for the second three routes, we actually went and we sat down and we brainstormed everything so we could make something really interesting because we knew that we were going to be doing something more divergent with the second 3 roots, and so we wanted to have a good idea of where we were going.
Oh, it looks like Super Chats is on as well.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, looks like it's fixed. And if you refresh the stream, you'll be able to support by pressing the little cash symbol underneath the comment area.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah! Show direct support. Give us requests.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, and it looks like we got a $100 donation from someone at our company, and they requested that we draw anything for any lucky person that we select. So if you want to spam the chat with some requests, maybe we'll pick one.
Oh man. Bad wizard fight. Are we talking bad as in, who would win in a bad wizard fight, Azra or Felix? Are we talking bad as in like chaotic or bad as in not very good at magic? Are they both drunk for this? Because I sort of feel like Azra's probably more chaotic. I do know they're both bad wizards. They're terrible. Okay, if they're drunk, then like maybe Felix has an edge because then they'll both be ridiculous at that point.
Maid boy Felix. Lots of maid dress requests.
Oh my gosh.
If you donate, I'll draw it. I'd happily draw Maid Felix.
Do you want to do that for the $100?
Sure.
So we have a question. How do you feel about this expansion? I mean, you started with the Arcana and then continued with other stories. Then now you have players from all over the globe. So how does it feel? It's pretty amazing. I came on a couple years ago. I started writing Julian around book 10? Book 10. And it's been really incredible to kind of see more and more people from all over the place get into both the Arcana as well as fictive, which is amazing. And if you haven't checked it out, you totally should. Last Legacy is indeed incredible, as are all the other stories. But we've got Last Legacy artists on here right now, so I have to butter them up a little.
Thank you.
We have a question for how long does it take to draw the backgrounds generally?
I would say it takes about anywhere between like 10 to 20 hours. Sometimes we have like backgrounds that are panning, so they're like double the size, and that'll usually take like up on the higher end of like 20 hours. But there's a lot of time that goes into it. That's not just the painting, right? There's like composition and coming up with ideas and feedback sessions and all that.
That's an important thing, I think, when you're working professionally, either as it's a creative of any kind. It's not just the amount of time that you put into the work, it's also the amount of time spent discussing, collaborating. There's a lot of technical issues to kind of work with too. There's definitely a lot more than just, quote unquote, just the drawing time, although that's very long too.
Yeah.
I think I saw a question about if Azra likes cheese. I'd have to double check with Azra's writer, but I'm pretty sure that Azra has a bad habit of accidentally making cheese and that he leaves the glasses of milk out on the counter for just weeks and weeks. I know that isn't how cheese is actually. I know that isn't how cheese is actually made, but just humor me for the sake of the joke here.
I think that's how you make yogurt, right? Like old milk.
I think eventually it becomes cheese too, right? Does it?
I don't know. I really don't know.
I don't know. I've made yogurt, but I've never made cheese before, so I actually don't know how it works.
Either way, Azra, wow.
Listen, he's just a little forgetful. He, like me, has just stacks of glasses piling up that he's forgotten to take back to the kitchen. It's fine. He cleans them up eventually. It's okay.
As long as it gets done, right?
Eventually. We have a question from Lady Synapsis. Do you have any art tips? I've been trying to work on backgrounds and keeping my characters different and fresh.
Suffer. It's
Actually-
all suffering.
I was gonna say, I actually recommend giving yourself time to look at things that you like, and then maybe take aspects of them and incorporate them into your art to keep things fresh. Because it's always good to remember why you started drawing in the first place, like the kinds of things you want to draw.
But also suffering, I think.
Yeah.
I think this is true.
Just hard work and repetition.
Yeah, I think this is kind of true of like all creative work, definitely for writing, and it sounds like also for art, where a lot of the times like the work to get better is boring or just not fun. It's just not fun. The part where you're just sitting there drawing feet for 6 hours or practicing like a dozen different ways to write a scene, drafting things out over and over again, it's just boring. But you kind of have to just stick with it because, sticking with it is what gives you that really valuable practice time. Does anyone want to take on Julian as a character from Hamilton or some other musical? I think he should be in Cats, really. Take your pick. Take your pick of which one. Oh, Asia Kimberly wants to hear some happy Muriel and Azra orphan moments. Let's see. You're putting me on the spot here. I gotta come up with something fast. I like to think that at some point, whenever there were festivals in the city of Vesuvia, sort of going through the streets, processions, masquerades, kind of, well, not masquerades, but, masked parades, rather, going through the streets, that they would sneak in and join in. Azra would always have to drag Muriel in. He was kind of, not great with crowds, but even when he kind of sneaks away to go hide in the corner and have some quiet time, Azra always shows up with snacks, powdered sugar all over his hands, souvenirs that he definitely paid for, and didn't just kind of magically gently lift out of somebody else's hands.
I saw a question that was like, does Felix like quesadillas? Unfortunately, our writers aren't here, so we can't really answer any questions for you.
I want to believe he likes them though.
Me too.
I want to believe he likes them, but he makes the specific kind of like quesadilla where it's like, it's just the one tortilla, it's some kind of sad shredded cheese. He folds it over itself and then he microwaves it.
Microwaves, yeah.
Oh, I should qualify this with, all the Arcana recipe videos? I make those too. So I have been talking with Deb about making more recipe videos, and I feel that it's given me a real sense of appreciation for how absolutely terrible the Last Legacy characters are at cooking.
Yeah. If our writer was here, I would ask, does Felix even know how to? Yeah, Dev, does Felix even know how to turn on a stove?
Oh no. Oh no. How is Sage still alive? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to guess dumb luck and being too stupid to die. Like, there's a certain point at which the universe kind of just gives up trying to kill you, I feel like. I feel like Felix in any kind of stove would end poorly. Like, it would end in a fireball, right? Or necromancy somehow.
Fancy. Does that mean the food comes back alive? Oh, that's kind of creepy.
Oh, I actually hate that. Marion Simon, do any of the Arcana characters have hobbies? They have many, many, many hobbies. Let's see. I think there's obviously Lucio's hobby of collecting rare albino animals in the hopes that one of them is his familiar. Completely missing the dogs that he has right there with him, as is his way. I think Azra would be the kind of person to make like really awesome dioramas with like trinkets that he's found. He just kind of sets it all up, and then the next stray breeze knocks it all over, but he never cares. He just keeps going.
Wait, so was Cat's Julian an actual request?
Which one?
Cat's Julian? Was that an actual request?
Yeah, I think so. I think somebody actually super chatted for that. It says Julian as a character from Hamilton or another musical. So
Oh god. I'm not very good at drawing Julian.
That's a fun one. Can you describe each character of the Arcana in one word? See. I think Portia is not a word, it's a wink emoji. That's the only one that jumps immediately to mind. Azra's knife cat. That's one word, right? Let's see. I'm kind of blanking a little bit on the others, I'm afraid. Oh, Alicia Lee. What would Azra's modern day aesthetic be?
Isn't it Lisa Frank?
It's Lisa Frank. I was gonna say, those vats that you like tie-dye things in where you kind of dip stuff in and it comes out like that? He takes a bath in those.
my goodness.
He just rolls all of his clothes through that. Every time they go through the washer, they somehow come out more colorful rather than less.
Oh, I can take this one. A rhyme causing problems on purpose.
Oh god.
Isn't that his like natural state though, usually?
Yeah. I mean, I was going to say, usually it's a little more serious than just a problem, but I guess to a certain point of view, a little inconvenient death is also a problem. It's just a little inconvenience. Don't worry about it.
What kind of cat would Julian be?
Oh.
I feel like he'd still be wearing his trench coat.
Yeah. Do you think he'd be like a Siamese?
I don't know. I imagine Siamese to be like too derpy.
I mean, the reason I thought of it was they're very, very dramatic. Incredibly dramatic. Oh, and thank you, Cafe Alexander, for the donation. Oh, Deb, we've got a question for you, I think, because you're the one who knows Stella most directly. Does she like wet food or catniplets? Let's see. What kind of cat would Julian be? I mean, he's definitely like one of the big dumb orange boys, right? Like big dumb stripy orange boy. I say this with all affection. Every single orange stripy boy cat I've ever met has been incredibly stupid. Even the one that was really smart managed to be incredibly stupid.
I'm also just trying to think of actual like in universe equivalents. Like he has to be Grisabella, right? Like because he's not Rumpelteazer, that's Lucio.
I mean, I actually don't know anything about cats except for the memes. So I'm actually the wrong person to ask. Okay. Thank you, KC, for the donation. They request Muriel napping with a kitten. Oh, does Lucio ever paint his nails? Gabby, resident Lucio expert.
I think he would. That's my expert opinion.
There you have it.
I mean, it has to be like fireball red.
Yeah. Like midlife crisis Ferrari red. Yeah, sorry for the issue with the super chats earlier, folks. YouTube sometimes likes to be a little funky with us. Oh, ineffable lesbian. I love your username, first of all. But for Lucio's route, how would he feel about a very tall MC? Okay, how tall are we talking? Are we talking like Lady Dimitrescu tall? Like 9 foot tall? Or just like regular tall? Because like I feel like all the Arcana characters would be very I love my tall spouse, right? Coco Cat, I think Gabby is a little quiet, but that might just be her mic settings, unfortunately.
Yeah, sorry. I'm doing my best to speak up.
It's a little tough because if you talk too loud, you're going to wake the cats.
True. They're both asleep.
Cluex, thanks for the donation, $10.
I'll start on the Muriel Kitty one.
Oh, Tazia is amazing. I'm really excited for her. Oh, dang, a 6'8" MC for Lucio's route. Or 6'6". Yeah, sorry. Scrolling up through the chat here. Yeah, I feel like Gabby Lucio would be very I love my tall spouse, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He probably would he demand I feel like he would demand piggyback rides everywhere. Everywhere. He'd be terrible. He'd never walk again. Why would he? He's got a 6'6" or 6'8" spouse to carry him. Unfortunately, we've only got Last Legacy and Arcana people here right now, so I don't think we can answer questions about other fictive stories. Omara Brody, yeah, so the artists each work on one game. We feel that that's, I think, a little. It keeps the work from being too overwhelming, and also keep things thematically consistent. Drawing programs here, I think, are a mix of Photoshop, Psy, and I'm on Procreate on an iPad because. Let's see. Ollie Ulrich, thank you for the $9.99 donation. Let us know if you have a request. The nice thing about the Arcana love interest is that they love all MCs, tall or short, whatever size, any shape, any configuration. And Lucio did wear heels to be taller than Nadia, but he would have to invest in stilts, I think, to be taller than a 6-foot-something MC. Oh, Margit Artist, how does someone become an artist for Nyx Hydra? So I think, as with all studios, right, the important thing is to have a strong grasp of the fundamentals as well as skills that you need as a professional. So time management, ability to kind of scope and prioritize work. Gabby, I think you can, well, all of you guys can talk more about that than I can, but just in general, working on things, practicing not just your art skills, but also your life management is really helpful to be a professional.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think these days, like, it's really important to take on projects, right?
Mhm.
So when you like apply for things, you can show them that like you worked on this thing or that thing, and then it really shows you like a good reflection of who you are as an artist, but also who you are like as a teammate in a work
Yes.
environment.
I think especially on games, that's really important. Since almost all games are made in a heavily team-based environment, your ability to communicate reliably and respectfully with people, to produce work to deadline, to provide and receive critique well, all of those things are really important to working professionally in a creative job. Elisa Valeska, I hope I said that right. Thank you for the $5 donation. I guess it's not dollars, but I can't do currency conversions in my head. Bean, thank you for the $20 donation. They say, I'm glad y'all are doing this. I'm sorry I can't donate more. May I request a small doodle of Felix blowing a kiss?
Oh.
Oh, by the way, we may not have time to get to all of the requests, but we'll post them on social media later, so we are keeping a record of this. Mara Brody, thank you for the $10 request. They ask for sage rolling in catnip. Oh boy. Oh boy. I'm sorry, I don't really know how to say your name. I'm just going to say Idle. How can someone be a writer for Nyx Hydra? So I guess this is also kind of pertinent. I would say in general, I think this applies to everywhere. It's good to try to be like open about where you can work and what you can do. So being a writer for a specific company is a really great goal, but I think it also helps to kind of think of like what kind of skills do you need to make it there, and what kind of skills would you need to make it at other companies too. It definitely helps to have experience working on projects, as others have mentioned. That applies to writing too. There's a lot of tools available, especially for working in narrative design, that are free or very close to free, easy to learn. I know Unity is free now, Twine is free, Inkle Writer and other tools are free. So making a short experience in those, maybe 5 minutes max, it really helps show us that you know what you're talking about with interactive narrative. And for games especially, that's really important.
Yeah, I think coming into the gaming scene, game dev especially, like I was surprised that the writing process is very different from other writing processes. And like I'm not a writer myself, so seeing like all these different ways that you can write for different forms of media has been like really eye-opening.
Yeah, I will say, so I have a background in interactive media, but before that I wrote prose and script both, not professionally, but just kind of, on my own because I did want to be a writer since I was very young. But it's really different writing in games. And we see this a lot where people will come from other writing industries like TV, like film, and they don't really know how to work with interactive tools specifically because it's a really different way of working.
Gotcha.
You can't control the pacing. You can't control when people are going to see it. They might put it down and then pick it up 3 weeks later, and you have to hope that they remember what they were doing and where they were. It's really different.
So I have a question. Like, what was one of the most difficult parts of moving from like prose writing into video game writing for you personally?
Oh, for me, that's a really good question. I I think the most difficult part was trying to it was trying to kind of mentally hold in my head the sort of like map of decisions that a player could make rather. Sort of trying to hold in my head like how does the player supposed to feel in this moment? Should they feel helpless? Should they feel empowered? Should they feel like they're laughing? It's not enough just to put in, a dozen different choices that are ultimately meaningless. I could ask you, what are your favorite colors? What's your favorite color? And give you a menu of like 20 different options to choose from. But what does it mean? Why would I do that? Does it say something about the player, the character, the world? Kind of holding all of that consideration in mind.
Sounds like there's a lot of almost like player psychology involved then.
Yes, very much so.
Wow,
I
that's really
said,
interesting.
we can't control the pacing, but we can control kind of what the overall theme is and what we're trying to aim for. Like any other kind of writing, it's all about trying to create a specific feel and reaction in the players. Obviously, we're not always successful, but we can at least try for it.
Right, right.
Thank you, Grace, for the $20 donation. I see you there.
Great.
Asia Kimberly, what is each Arcana love interest's favorite music? I think we have playlists somewhere in the old Ask Arcana stuff. I think so. I don't know off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure we've answered something like that before. The Wheat Beast from Azra's Root, I think when Nick wrote him, he was imagining something like Appa, yeah. Big friendly guy. Very huggable.
How much was the Sage Rolling and Catnip one?
That was $10 from
Okay,
Amara Brody.
I can, if you want a funny little chibi, I can take care of that one.
Do it. As far as things about future roots, localizations and translations, that sort of thing. Never say never, but that's definitely something we're going to want to hear if you guys are interested in that on the survey. Thank you, Toasts, for the $20 donation for Rhyme's knife collection. I'm sure Rhyme really appreciates it. I don't think Rhyme needs more knives, do they? Oh, and I just got a correction that Sage Rolling and Catnip was $30. They donated twice.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'll do that one next then.
Oh, do you want to do that?
Oh, do you want to?
Oh, no, it's okay. You probably do a better job.
Nah.
Are there any requests that I can do next? Sorry, my computer is going nuts.
It's working really hard right now, streaming everything. Dev, Rhyme does not need more knives. Please stop. They're gonna run out of knife block room.
Please stop donating to Ryan's knife fund. You're making him too powerful.
Oh no. What have you got there? A knife collection? Rhyme at knife target with a basket full of knives? Oh, Dev. Please no. Please no.
Can we ban Dev from the stream, please?
Cafe Alexandra, thank you for $150 donation. They'd like an Anissa. It makes their heart sing.
Anissa.
Oh, Anissa. Amara Brody, for the writing tools, if you Google something like free interactive narrative tools or something like that, one of them is Twine, like Twine. That's a sort of really well-known, kind of bare bones, but extremely powerful tool that can be used online. I think that's probably the one a lot of people get started with. Just a reminder, if you have specific requests, we are taking donations for those.
Since I can't check Discord, can you assign me a request?
We have had requests for Tazia.
Ooh. Well,
which
I can do that.
I do love a Tazia. I was meaning to draw more, but I'm trying to keep up with the questions.
That's alright. We need somebody doing it.
Yeah, it's appreciated.
Yeah, the moderation's needed.
It's also just a lot of fun to talk to people and answer questions.
Mm-hmm. I have a question for the writer for the Arcana.
Yeah?
If the characters of the Arcana were they were warped into an isekai, kind of like Last Legacy Estrella, what would their first reaction be?
Okay. Lucio definitely thinks that he got really, 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 really messed up at the party last night. Really, really messed up. Let's see, I feel like Portia would be the most, she'd be the most, kind of comfortable and confident. She's read a lot of stories like this. She knows how this goes. She's genre savvy. She's got it handled. She's going to rescue the world, and she's going to get back to her own world. It'll be great. She's got it all figured out. I think Nadia would be the first one to kind of logic her way through the problem. Definitely the first one to kind of get her bearings and be able to sort of work with how strange, well, whether everything is strange or not, depends on how different the world is, too.
Mm-hmm.
But she's definitely the logical one about it. I think Azra's already been isekai'd before. Probably, right? Like, he has definitely gone on some weird magical trips to other realms before.
Mm-hmm.
So this isn't too different from the usual for him, I think. Julian's just screaming in the corner. Just give him some time and maybe a drink. He'll calm down. Rain, how would Lucio act with a deft MC? Would he take the time to learn sign language for them? I definitely think he would. I think it might be a little interesting to learn sign language with gauntlet claws. So I sort of feel like, I believe, I'm sorry, I'm not super familiar with sign language, but I think it's possible when you're signing to sort of quote-unquote slur your words, as it is when you're talking, if you sign in different ways, right? There's different inflections. I think I vaguely remember. Oh God, I should have taken sign language in high school. But I sort of feel like he would have that kind of thing with his claw hand, which it's dexterous, but it's probably not suited as well for the intricacies of sign language. Oh, don't worry, Omara, bro. We saw your request. We got the updated total. It's happening.
CL, do you mind if I take the Anissa one?
Oh, please do.
Bean, thank you for the $20 donation. This is for Bean's friend. He's a huge fan of Sage and requested a doodle of Sage with Felix's outfit.
Oh
Oh
my
gosh.
Okay, is it the same size? Is he gonna be bursting out of the outfit?
Oh man, that's so amazing. I think we should
Is
do
Felix
that.
getting that outfit back with like buttons missing? Oh, for people asking about Sage's curse tattoo, Dev says, in case miss it in chat, that it's a bad tribal tat on his ankle. Dev.
Band muted.
You're gone. Bye. Keep the 3 a.m. talk for the 3 a.m. time. Ineffable Lesbian, thank you for the $5. Another question. How would Julian feel about a shorter but very muscular sailor MC? Can they pick him up? Because if they can bench press him with one arm, and whether or not they can, he loves them. Okay, yes, that Sage and Felix's outfit, same size. The laundry got mixed up. Felix wouldn't get a tattoo. He's too baby. Yeah, that's fair. I kind of feel like he'd see the needle gun they use for tattoos and start crying. Bagel, how would the Arcana main 6 react to a werewolf MC? I think that needs more details, right? Like, are they the kind of werewolf that like shifts on command, or like are they full moon werewolf? Like, how much are we talking here? Because I feel like they would all think it's really interesting and really cool. If they need a full moon buddy, they got you. Don't worry about it. They're there. They're waiting. They've got the snacks. They've got whatever it is you need to make it through moon times, just like in real life. Lady Synapsis, good luck with your schoolwork. Thanks for hanging out with us. I love chalky milk. So do I. Does Faust eat rats like snakes do in real life? I feel like Faust is a magic snake, right? Her diet's probably a little different. I'm not sure what, though. I don't know if we've ever mentioned it.
I think I vaguely remember, because she has, somewhere, maybe we did it for like an April Fool's or whatever, but she has like a bio profile, and I think she, like, her favorite food is fuzzy rats, and her favorite drink is water, like fresh water.
Oh,
if
okay.
I remember correctly.
Yeah, we have a lot of trivia and miscellany details kind of scattered around, and sometimes we lose track of it too. So our brains are only so large. So not at all. Hannah Banana, a question from Portia's Upright chapter. Tazia's last line is addressing both of them. She's addressing both Portia and MC because you're both there, surprising her. Chelsea, what would the Arcana cast order at Burger King? I remember we mentioned this at was it a McDonald's or a Starbucks order in the past? The only one I remember for absolute certain is that Muriel doesn't order anything, but Azra brings him a large fry anyways. Oh, thank you for the confirmation, Lucia. The art book does, in fact, say that Faust's favorite food are fuzzy rats. My art book is on a bookcase out in the living room. And I can't run. Jessica says, hi, Next Hydra, Arcana and Last Legacy creators. I want to thank you guys for this love stream. Thank you for attending. We're really happy to have this, and we're really happy that y'all are here to support us. Ineffable Lesbian wants to know, my MC for Lucio's Root calls him, I am not going to say this properly, I'm very sorry, Formagino, which refers to a pale boyfriend. If you ever figured out what it meant, how would he feel? I mean, it's accurate, right? Like, it's accurate. Gabby, what do you think?
I'm just thinking about how that kind of sounds like formaggio, like cheese.
Same.
It's got cheese on the brain.
God, I really want cheese. I have fancy cheese in the fridge. I'm gonna go eat it later. It'll be great.
That's my input.
I mean, he's not always pale. We turned him into a lobster in the summer tale. Cafe Alexandra, thank you for the $25. Another request. Her dear friend Miss Caitlin would love Tazia and Elowin's outfit.
Ooh.
It is indeed extremely big brain. Xavier Velasquez, thank you so much for the $100. They say, thanks for doing the stream and supporting the AAPI community. Thank you so much for the donation and the support. And Dev, I've been telling you that milkshake dipping fries are it's good. It's good. Listen. Dev always asks me, are you serious? Are you pulling my leg? No, it's an actual thing. I promise.
It's good. I like it.
Like, I know I'm probably the most chaos food person here, but that one, as far as it goes, it's not actually that chaos food. Margit Artist has a question for CL. They love your art style, and they were wondering, do you have any tips because they like your painty style?
Oh my gosh. Thank you. I just spend a lot of time over details that don't matter at all. So, I guess be self-indulgent with work on things that you like to work on in your own style, and then deal with the rest when you get to it.
I think for painting styles especially, this is all secondhand information, but I'm told that working from photographs as well as real life can help, especially with learning to work with color, with light, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Aisha Kimberly. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, just using reference is really good for learning how to paint with light and color, like you said. So yeah.
Asia Kimberly, thank you for the $5. A question about the familiars. Magic is affected by proximity and safety. Is life also tied to them? Like if one dies, does the other? So with familiars, I don't have the document with our reference in front of me. I may be wrong. Don't quote me on this. This is what I remember. I believe it goes one way. So the familiar is tied to the life of the magician, but not the other way around. But their lifespan does extend to match the magician's. Ineffable lesbian. What happened to Cameo and Lucio's route? He's somewhere on the palace grounds screaming. That's just usual. Have you ever met a cockatoo? They just scream constantly. He's just out there yelling into a cup somewhere. Would Felix eat pickles out of a jar? Bean wants to know. I feel like he would. Would he need somebody else to open the pickle jar for him though? Or is there like a specialized pickle jar opening spell?
If there isn't, maybe he would have invented it by now.
Yeah, I sort of feel like, man, pickle jars, they just don't want to open.
No, Dennis said he puts his fingers inside. It's contamination.
Oh no!
That's how you wind up with moldy pickles, Dev. No.
Does Felix drink juice out of the carton? I need Dev to answer this question.
I hate that so much. As a person who has roommates, I hate that so much. Hannah Banana, another question about Cameo. How can he speak more or less coherently? Cameo isn't magical. Cockatoos can imitate human speech. He's a little more able to imitate human speech, but he's definitely just picked up a lot of stuff by imitating Lucio's screaming too. So. Dev, why are the Last Legacy characters such gremlins? Like, I know all of the characters that we have in our apps are gremlins, but like, I kind of feel like Sage and Felix especially are gremlins. And then again, I did just apparently canonize that Ezra accidentally makes cheese or yogurt or whatever by leaving milk out for too long, so I guess I'm not really in a position to talk. Oh, that lemon boy wants to know how much percent is Felix baby that needs help? I want to say 100, right? I want to say 100. Last but sharp, why hasn't the star made an appearance in Portia's route? It's weird that she hasn't made an appearance in the route her beneficiary is the main character of. That would be because Portia doesn't actually visit the realms of the Arcana directly in her own route, unfortunately. I would definitely love to take on, Portia visiting the realms of the Arcana in a tale or something like that, but it was not in the plan for her route, so we didn't feel that it was good to force that kind of journey if it wasn't going to work with the plot. Kaneko24, can someone tell me why Anissa is so beautiful? God, I wish I knew. CL.
Yes, CL,
Why is
please
Anissa
tell
so
us.
beautiful?
She has a lovely spirit.
Aww. Shuri wants to know, follow-up for Cameo, is he affectionate and cuddly like cockatoos tend to be? Gosh, that's actually a good question. I know he's only shown up to to yell pretty much, which is awesome because everybody loves a cockatoo wake-up call. I don't know. It would. I want to say probably. I sort of feel like he's the kind of bird that's just like, pay attention to me, scratch me, preen me, pay attention to me some more. Alicia Lee. So Azra has Azra tends to work more by a bartering system because he travels so much. It's usually more convenient to barter goods and services with people that he meets on the road and in other countries. And sometimes in Vesuvia, I mean, he always provides more than his fair share as far as like magical herbs, souvenirs, crystals, and things like that. It's just that he doesn't carry currency on him in the same way. Oh, would Stella and Faust be friends if they met? I feel so, right? I mean, is Stella scared of snakes? I kind of hope not. Oh, an easy one. That Lemon Boy. What do you guys think of all the Arcana and Last Legacy OCs and MCs? They're incredible. We love to see them. It's really amazing how creative everyone is and how interested they are, in making characters or self-inserts. We love them equally. It's really exciting and wonderful to see how much you guys love the stories that we put out and the characters and how much you guys want to see yourself in it too. It's really humbling. Last Bisharp, why wasn't Tasia and Julian's route? She's Julian's aunt just as much as she is Portia's. So for Julian's route, since it was being developed at the same time as Azra and Nadia's, we decided to focus on the core plot line at that time, which was the murder mystery, sort of what happened, fleshing out the world. And also I think his theme in his route is much more about self-destruction, I can word, I promise, patterns of self-destructive behavior, that sort of thing, and about overcoming that. For that specific story, Tasia wasn't as important to it as it was his own battle with himself and the mystery. As far as with Portia, on the other hand, Portia's route is a lot about the conflict or perceived conflict, potential conflict between found family and sort of blood relation family. Who does she have to make a choice? Who does she choose? What's more important? Sort of that sort of thing. And so it worked better for her.
Question. Would
Mhm.
Tasia in Elwyn's outfit include the cat ears?
I mean, just personally, I feel like it had better. An ineffable lesbian, Lucio with an OC or MC who was a prince. Just broadly, I think all of the MCs are loved by their love interests, no matter who they are. Do you think Lucio would be kind of disappointed to learn that if you marry a prince, you become a consort? A prince consort, I want to say? Right? I don't remember how royal inheritance works anymore. A yes to cat ears.
All right.
So I definitely feel like Tazia's one of those really regal fluffy cats, right? The huge fluffy tail.
Oh yeah, like a Persian.
The Draconiche, how possible are courtier roots and tails and AU-based tails? Keep an eye out for that survey. We definitely want to hear if you guys are interested in those kinds of things. We've considered a lot of options. Obviously, we're sort of limited by our resources and our time, as well as the other projects that we have. But we definitely want to. We don't want to abandon the Arcana. Nobody does. So we would like to kind of see what people think and what they want, and then consider what's feasible for us. Hannah Banana, the survey should be posted on our socials. I don't know exactly when it'll be going out, but keep an eye out. It'll be, I'm like 99% sure. 99% sure that it'll go out on all of our socials. So if you're following us, you should be able to spot it. Yep, confirmation. It'll be on all of our socials, so just keep an eye on those. You'll see it when it's up. And the survey will be going out within 2 weeks. Oh, Hannah Banana, since you guys released D&D character sheets for the main 6, do you play D&D or any other RPGs? Yes, we do. I know. I think me and Gabby for sure. Although we're in different campaigns, I've played both D&D 5e and Pathfinder and a bunch of other systems. Hi, I'm the one who did the D&D character sheets. I do a lot of weird things. Sorry. What about you guys, Shannon and CL? Do you guys play D&D?
Yeah, those sheets are really cool, by the way.
Thank you. I screamed a lot about them.
Yeah, we just
Just me-
started Curse of Strahd recently, so very excited.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been playing a 5e campaign for like a year now. It's like the longest I've ever played, so I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, I'm coming up on a year. Actually, I'm in a campaign with other folks that just switched from 5e to Pathfinder, and so we're kind of doing that transition. But it's been a lot of fun. Pathfinder is a very different system.
Yeah, I heard you can customize your character like a lot. There's like
Oh yes. Oh dear God, almost too much, kind of. Like it was definitely a very sort of paralyzing. Like, oh God, what do I do with all these options? Anamar Letitia, thank you for the $2. Lonk, how would the Arcana cast pronounce a name that ends in EJ? I think they would broadly ask how it's meant to be pronounced and then pronounce it that way. The Coco Cat, why don't the last three in the Arcana have a mark CG? I think it just never came up. Sorry. More seriously, I know Portia doesn't have a mark because she wasn't. Spoiler alert: she wasn't here for that. As for the other two, I think it just never came up. In that it didn't become part of their plots, and so you went without. The D&D sheets are all on our Gumroad. Let me see if I can grab a link to that. It's just gumroad.com/nixhydra, I believe. And I'm told we're over $500 in donations so far. Thank you guys so much.
Wow.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm really excited to be able to do good with this. And it's fun to hang out with you guys. Margit Artist, $1.99. Can we get Felix in a flower crown?
Oh, cute.
Yeah, if it's okay, I'll add it to this one.
Ineffable Lesbian. How would Faust and Inanna act around an MC's bunny familiar? So I feel like they would recognize it's also a familiar, so no need to worry about introducing your pets, your small, very fuzzy pets to them. They know other familiars when they sense them. Body pillows of the last legacy characters. Eyes emoji in the chat.
The louder you are, the more feasible it becomes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just scream it into existence.
If the main six were in My Hero Academia, what would their quirks be? Oh, good question. I actually haven't thought about it too much before. I feel like that would require a more in-depth answer, unfortunately. Oh, we're getting eyes emojis in the chats. Those last
Yeah, all the eyes. Bring them.
Hey, Gothica, thank you for the 2. I don't know what currency that is. I'm very sorry. I'm just going to have to default to dollars for everything. I can't remember money. What's money? Oh, Singapore. Tia Reyes, thank you for the $10 or $9.99. I love these donation streams so much. Thank you. We love that you guys are here with us. They ask for a laughing Muriel because he owns their heart. I'm so glad people want to see him happy. Oh, Sarah Foster wants to know what kind of singing voices would the Arcana characters have. Well, I know Lucio in his route has been singing patter songs badly. I think that probably tells you all you need. Julian is a surprisingly good singer. It's the theater kid training. After enough drinks, though, his volume starts to win out over his being in tune-ness, I think. Nadia is an incredible singer, definitely, right? Like
trained in
operatic
opera.
training.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to say that Azra maybe doesn't sing as much as he hums, but I think he hums all the time. Portia's definitely belting out sea shanties while she's working. She sings to the frogs around her garden too.
Cute.
Last but sharp, is there a way I can find out when the final Portia books come out without looking at the Arcana Twitter page because you don't want to get spoiled on what the CGs look like? I mean, that's a mood. We do push notifications in the Arcana when we release books. There's usually a slight delay on it just because of how push notifications work. But if you have those on, then it should send you a notification when it's out. Catboy Azra. Like, yeah. People demand Catboy Azra. When the people demand, we must answer. Dev, over to you. What are the Last Legacy characters singing like? I keep almost saying Lost Legacy. Oh, Ineffable Lesbian. I know this one. How would Azra Muriel feel about a polyamorous relationship with the MC? Azra is extremely happy because his two favorite people are in love, and also he's in love. I think Muriel's a little shy about it because, it's Muriel. Those are his favorite people too, but he's a little shy. But I think it's enough. It's more than enough love for him, so he's very happy. Michelle RS, have you ever thought about making a clothing line? We do have some apparel merchandise on our store. I know we've got sweatshirts, tank tops, etc. I'm not sure if you're asking about something else. Dev, your Mira, I'm a bias is showing. Dev, no.
I'm imagining that Starsworn bonding times involve karaoke somehow.
Oh.
Should, right? Like, it really should. Okay, would Felix be close with Malak and Inanna? I feel like Felix has anxiety, right? Like he's a little nervous. I think him and Malak might just be like a cycle of increasingly nervous screaming. I think Inanna likes anybody as long as you scratch her leg. So fun fact, Inanna is based on a real dog, and she she had this thing. She just loved having leg scritchies. So if you walked by her while she was lying down and you kind of looked at her a little too long, she would just roll over and lift her leg and wait for you to scratch it for her.
Yeah.
She is a good girl. Michelle RS. Oh, like the character clothing, like the blouse, the scarf, etc. I don't believe there are any plans for that. I know there are a lot of amazing cosplayers out there who probably have incredible patterns and tips and things like that. But I don't believe we have any official plans right now for that. Meg Moonsdottir, polyamory with Julian, MC, and Azra. So I feel like that at the point in the roots where they've had their character development and they've kind of worked out their communication issues, the sort of things that kind of messed it up last time. I think that would be pretty nice. I think there definitely is a lot of teasing, a lot of good-natured fun. Sorry, my phone just dinged at me. Shh. Inanna is indeed the best pupper. Would Azra sing Katy Perry songs with you? He would sing any song with you, and he will sing any Katy Perry anytime.
Dale, did you do the Sage and Felix's outfit yet?
Yes, but I mean, you could try to. Let me show you.
Yeah, I'd love to see it.
Lucia 2.0. How would the main six from the Arcana react to a psychological horror film? Who would get scared more easily? This one's kind of easy. I think Lucio and Julian are the loudest about how they're totally not scared, but they are absolutely the first ones screaming and hiding behind the couch. I think in an actual horror movie, Portia would probably live the longest because her first reaction to something popping out at her, as you've seen in her route, is not to scream and run away, it's to deck it in the face. Ineffable lesbian, can you say the names of the familiars out loud? I don't know if I'm pronouncing more of them wrong now. To be fair, none of us. There's always been disagreement within the team about how things are pronounced. I say disagreement, but it's more that we all just kind of have our own way of saying it. So there's not necessarily a wrong way to say things. So I say them Faust, Inanna, Mercedes, and Melchior, Malak, Chandra, and I feel like I'm missing one.
Peppy.
Hmm?
Peppy. Did you not say Peppy?
Oh, Peppy, yes, sorry. How can I forget Best Girl? Oh no! Oh no! Sorry, I cannot believe I forgot Peppy. Me.
Dev's at it again.
The chaos. You can't even say she's wrong though.
That's true.
See how to pronounce it's Eskel, right? Eskel?
Eskel, yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Sometimes when we're in meetings, like the sound quality is not so great. So I'll often hear CL. And so
Oh no.
sometimes I'm not sure if they're talking about Eskel or CL.
We are both evil, so
Asia Kimberly, thanks for the $10. You've been donating so much. We really appreciate it. It makes me a little sad that in the Tales, Muriel is really shy and antisocial. I wish we could enjoy Muriel in all his newfound confidence. So we write the tales to be enjoyed at pretty much any time. So presumably you could just leave the prologue and go right into the tales. And so as much as it would be nice to explore that, so far we've only sort of been going with the characterization that we kind of get at the start of their roots. Oh, Chelsea, would you guys rather be a reverse mermaid or a reverse centaur? Oh no.
A reverse mermaid, like
Reverse mermaid, the fish head.
oh my god.
Look, I don't know what a reverse centaur is like. It's like a horse head is on like two human legs?
I would say
I imagine it like it looks like a centipede.
Oh no!
Excuse me.
No! Oh no!
I would say I want to be reverse mermaid because then like you could swim, like you could breathe underwater.
And swim by kicking human legs. Oh, I hate it. Oh no.
Oh, I'm thinking of a centaur. Sorry.
Yeah, no, reverse centaur.
Yeah.
Horse head, human limbs.
I was thinking.
Oh, I hate it.
The upper body of a horse.
I like need to draw this, so it'd be
Oh
horse.
no!
I don't know how to draw horses.
Imagine the sound of all the human limbs just like slapping against the ground as it moves.
No.
Oh wait, but then like centaurs, they have like human torsos, right? So it'd be like.
Yeah, so it'd be six-limbed.
Yeah, horse legs and then human legs.
Hmm.
I'm gonna give him some pants.
Would you wear pants like this or like this? Bean, when it comes to characters, do you mind if the fans make them trans? Do whatever you like, my friend. If whatever you want to see in there, headcanons, go for it. We love when people are able to see aspects of themselves or things that they relate to or things that they want to see in the characters. Emma, thank you for the 75. I want to say that's euros. I can't read currencies. Thank you for the 75. Azra and Julian hug. Okay, yes, euros. All right, cool. I don't know currencies. I don't know anything. Why am I talking? Hika, that poor horse. oh no. Ineffable lesbian. How come none of the roots refer to Azra with they them pronouns? So I wasn't here at the start of the Arcana, so I'm not sure on what the canonical reason is, but I do know that Azra is fine with both he and they pronouns. I believe we refer to him with he in the roots because it's more clear that way. We were kind of worried, I think, about the effect that switching pronouns midstream might have on readers' comprehension. And yeah, that's pretty much it, I think. But again, like, I wasn't here, so don't take my word for it. That's what I'm aware of. Kika, that poor fish. Why would you put them in a shirt like that?
Of all the things to complain about. Fine.
I mean, I'm just saying those shirts are crazy uncomfortable with gills.
That's true. That's true. Here, V-neck. Then they can breathe.
Nicholas Espiritu wants to ask about Last Legacy stickers. Keep your eyes open.
Yeah, I think I saw a question like way early on, asking whether we're gonna make more merch for Last Legacy. I think that is in the plans, and like if the fans like talk about it more and like request it more, then like we feel more empowered to do so, right? So like just be really loud about it, let us know what you want and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Since we're reaching the last 20 minutes of the stream, get those questions and requests in. For distributing the drawings, normally at the end of, once everything is done, we'll post them on our social medias, and usually they're up in a package on our Gumroad as well. Michelle RS, how did you decide and from where were you inspired for the background music? So a lot of the music that we use in our stories is actually done by the amazing Kevin MacLeod. I think I said his name right. He makes a lot of really amazing royalty-free music that we and many others have been really inspired by. Adding to the sort of jack of all trades things, I also do a lot of the sound effect mixing and music mixing for the Arcana, so I will find tracks and I'll cut them, edit them, etc. to make them work for what we need.
Wow. I didn't know that. That's amazing.
I do many things. I do too many things, possibly. Shout out to the unsung hero of indie game dev, Audacity. It's a free audio editing program, and it saved my bacon so many times. Bean, thank you for the $4.99. Last donation, a doodle of Felix in small pigtails. Oh, Asia Kimberly. wants to know if they can use the sum of their donations to request a drawing of Muriel eating spicy ramen. Considering that one of Muriel's favorite things is to just eat a lemon, like an apple, I feel like spicy food wouldn't make him flinch. Destiny, thank you for the $9.99. Soft sage with a flower crown, please. Oh, apple bagel unicorn. Does Muriel peel lemon before biting into them? No. No, he eats them like an apple. Oh, a crossover between Last Legacy where Azra replaces Felix. I feel like people would notice if only because Azra's significantly more knife cat. We have a question about fan art. If we share fan art, we share every Friday. We share fan art every Friday on our social media. We love seeing it. You guys are all so talented. It's really amazing seeing people be inspired to create. I love it, especially when people comment things like, "Oh, this got me back into art," because it's really amazing to be able to be that, to provide something that inspires people like that. I believe we are skipping this week because of the stream, but check back on Fridays for us. Does Vlastimil like slugs? Are they worm adjacent enough? Like, are they just...
I feel like they're warm enough.
They're warm enough, yeah. They're definitely just... They're worms with more to love? I hate that, actually. Never mind. Artist requests Felix in a skeleton onesie. And thank you for the $4.99. We did, Margaret. I'm sorry about that. I must have missed it in the scrolling. Sometimes YouTube doesn't want to show me everything at once. Ineffable lesbian. Last question. What happened? Well, spoilers. What happened at the end of Lucio's route in the inn there? Bad decisions. So many bad decisions. I guess it's kind of a given in Lucio route, though. Last but Sharp wants to see more Art of the Star because the Star is her favorite character. I do really enjoy writing her. She's so upbeat, so happy, so hopeful. It always actually makes me smile writing really happy and upbeat characters, so I really appreciate it. And Asia Kimberly, your spoilery question. Yes. Daria, thank you for the 25. You have a question. Is it possible for a trans NB MC to have gone surgery in the Arcana world like top surgery? Yes. There would be, I imagine, multiple ways of transitioning in the Arcana universe, ranging from sort of classic surgery medical to magic spells. Let your imagination go wild. If fans want to get fictive or Arcana tattoos, by all means, just as with every sort of very permanent decision like that, good luck, take care. But on our end, you're absolutely fine. A Tale for the Star, that would be really cute, wouldn't it? Adventures in the Realm. Dar, we will be posting pictures drawn during stream. It'll be on our socials as well as up on our Gumroad as a bundle. Same thing as with our Black Lives Matter charity stream. Is Saros baby. I sort of feel not, right?
I feel like he thinks everyone else is baby.
Yeah.
I think they could be baby, but like they would definitely deny being baby.
Remind me to make a baby meme scale. Dev!
Baby if it gets them
Sparrows?
wheelchair.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding, Dev? Timeout. Go. Oh, Emma, I know I saw your request and donation. Don't worry about it. We are collecting everything, so we may not have time to get to everything, especially because we've got like 8 minutes left, but we will be finishing everything out. Titleness, thank you for the $20. Anissa Isekai to Earth AU.
So like Anissa eating chicken nuggets.
Yes. Nicholas Espiritu, the Arcana poll is happening sometime in the next 2 weeks. Just keep an eye on our socials.
Imagine Anissa driving a car for like a second. It's terrible.
Oh no! Oh no.
Imagine Felix driving a car. My gosh.
I feel like his experience driving a car would be like mine, where he's like my very first time in the car, where he's going like 2 miles per hour because he's so afraid to take his foot off the brake, and also he's screaming the whole time.
Oh my gosh.
Listen, I was very anxious about being in the driver's seat for the first time.
What if he gets lost and tries to drive into a portal?
It's amazing.
Best to worst driver in Last Legacy. Anissa driving 10 miles per hour below the limit is indeed accurate. Felix is like not a good driver, I imagine, but mostly because he's just way too cautious, right? And then I feel like Sage is absolutely that guy where you keep telling him to keep his eyes on the road.
Oh my gosh.
It's like, you don't need to look at me to talk to me. Please keep your eyes on the road. Felix totaling Eskel's Tesla. No.
Damn it, Dev. Someone stop Dev.
I don't think Dev can be stopped. They prayed too much for Dev. She's too powerful. For the inspiration for Muriel, I'm actually not the person to ask for that, unfortunately. Rhyme doing illegal U-turns. I think that's probably the least illegal thing that Rhyme would do.
In a car. With a car.
Yeah. Absorbed all of Toki's Yowly energy. Okay, but Dev, would Rhyme not use turn signals, or would they just like keep their like the warning lights or whatever they are? Would they just keep those on all the time? The hazards. That.
Oh god.
That's their turn signal. It's the hazard lights. Naya Gothica, can we have side characters merch? Demand it and we will see what we can do. Main 6 Arcana characters as parents, that requires, I think, probably more brain power than I'm able to muster at this moment. I want to think that probably Nadia is like by far the most attentive, careful parent. She's the one who's read all the parenting books. She's got the tutors for the kids. She has the enrichment centers, everything. I'm not actually sure what Ezra's favorite thing about Julian is. I'd have to ask somebody else for that. Okay, so I think we're just about at the end of our time slot, and also my voice is going to give out eventually. So I do want to say thank you guys so much for coming. I believe over the course of this, we've managed to raise over $600. We'll be splitting those equally between Red Canary Song and the AAPI Community Fund. So thank you all so much. Really, this is incredible. We love hanging out with you guys and using our abilities combined to do good. And also all of the chaos in the chat. That's 90% Dev.
Yep.
Just a little bit more, I think, because I don't want to end it too early either. I've been having a lot of fun with you guys. Oh yes, definitely. Take care, everybody, and thank you. We'd love to do this in the future as well again. I think I for sure would really enjoy being able to do this again with different people, with different causes. It would be really wonderful. So once again, thank you guys all so much. And have a good day, evening, afternoon, whatever time it is in your zone. And we'll see you hopefully next time. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I guess it's my job to stop the stream.